What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and clicking on this video. We are talking about today in life. I want to share this quote with you, okay? In life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. What do I mean by that? You get in life what you can convince another person is valuable. If I am selling someone a watch and they're saying, I need something that can tell me the time, it can be rugged. If I fall down, it won't break. I like to go hiking. I tell them, hey, look at this Casio. This thing is rugged. It can go through terrain. It can go through rain. It can go through it all. This watch is made for you. I have just showed them why this is valuable and why you should take it. In life, people assess your value based on how you carry yourself, based on how you project yourself. And that's just the way the world goes. A lot of people, they kind of complain like, why did that person get treated this way in a good way? And why did I get treated bad? That person got treated better than I did. Why did that happen? The way the world works is humanity, we judge people based on, we heard the quote, don't judge a book by its cover. We all judge the book by its cover. We do. If someone walks into Stater Brothers and if I'm working as a teller and I see this person looks kind of gangsta, he got tattoos all over his face and on his neck, I'm sorry if you have all of that. I'm going to be a little more aware of where you're at and when you're near me. I'm sorry. I really am. But that's just probably how 95% of people are going to be. That doesn't make people bad. That's just how we are. There's a scripture in the Bible where it says God looks at the heart. It says man looks out the outer, God looks at the heart. Man, we as men, as humans, we look at the outer, like we see that they're feeling upset or a person looks mad and we're like, oh, that person just has a bad attitude today. Whereas God is like, oh, that person is going through something and God knows the context. He loves that person and he can see what's actually going on. Whereas us humans, we just judge based on what we just see on their face. Why am I talking about this? If you want to get what you want in life, you need to know how to socialize and how to communicate. I'm really speaking to the power and the importance of communicating. Let me tell you why communicating is so important. If you want to make good money in your life, likely you'll have to interview. You'll have to go into an interview and meet someone, smile, know how to shake their hand, know how to carry yourself, know how to be professional, know how to do all these soft skills is what they call it. And in that interview, they're going to be assessing a lot of different things. One of them is going to be your skill set. That's really not that important when it comes to a job in which they have tons of applicants that have good skill sets. What sets you apart? What sets you apart is your personality. The cover of the book. We were speaking about earlier how humans, just everybody on earth, we all judge the book by its cover. When you go into an interview, they're judging you by your cover. They're judging the book by its cover. They're gonna, if they had a great interview right before you and this person dressed nice, he had a nice watch on, he can articulate himself, and he had the skill set to do the job. And then if you walk in and you didn't wear your Sunday's best, they're judging the book by its cover. That's just how the world works. And once you begin to understand these kind of how the world works, you can begin to get the things that you want in life. I am just sharing this information because for much of my life, I've been frustrated. Like, why am I not getting noticed? I play. I'm gonna share one quick story and I'm ending it. I grew up playing basketball and I had my skill set was far above much of my peers for the most part. And I was really good. I spent a lot of time in the gym. I would literally spend 4 hours after school, in high school. After school, I would go to the gym and then go to sleep, wake up in the morning at 5 a.m., go to the gym before school, take a nap in first period, get yelled at by my teacher, go to play basketball again after school. And so I had a great work ethic as it pertains to building my skill set. But when it came to being, on the actual basketball team, varsity, I wasn't seen as the best player. Why? Because I didn't know how to carry myself with boldness, confidence, and like a leader. In basketball or in any sport, the best player is not always the leader. Stephen Curry is not the leader of his team. Draymond Green is. Why? Because he carries himself with boldness and confidence, and he knows how to galvanize a team. I knew how to put the ball in the hole. I did not know how to communicate and how to encourage others. So it's one thing to have the skill set to accomplish the task in which you may be interviewing for a certain job, whatever the role, the responsibilities of that role is. You need to be able to do that, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the job. That means that you can do the job. Now they're assessing, do we want you? Do we like you? How do you get the job when it comes to that part? That's where the soft skills come in. They call them, I don't like how they call them soft skills because these skills are tremendously important. You need these skills to go on a date and for it to go well. I mean, you can't even get married if you don't have these soft skills. You need these skills for so many different things in life. So you don't get what you deserve in life. You get what you negotiate. So if you can negotiate your value to another person and convince them of why you're the candidate for the role and why you are the best partner for them to marry and why you should get this deal on this car that the salesman is trying to sell you. All these soft skills, these are all different situations in which soft skills would be applied. You'll need soft skills for all these things. So, with all that being said, I hope that this was helpful. And don't be frustrated with not being able to get what you want in life. Ask why. And do some deep dive searches and some soul searching. And there's areas where we all can improve. I hope this was helpful for you. I want this to encourage you. I don't want this to discourage you. I'm sharing this information for you to be like, oh, okay, I don't need to be mad about why the world works this way. Let me get with the program. I love you guys. God bless you. I will see you on the next one.